Good morning. Welcome to my FlossTube channel. This is Celeste Creates, and I'm Celeste. It's been 2 weeks since I put up my first FlossTube video, and I have to say that I'm so glad I did. Being a part of this community, even for just 2 weeks, has been just a really big blessing and a source of joy and fun. Thank you everyone who has watched my first video, who's subscribed already to my channel, and for all of the amazing, lovely comments that you have left on my first video. I totally didn't expect this kind of response, and just to read your comments each day and respond to them and see where you're from and what your interests are, it's just been a lot of fun. I know I have friends here locally who doesn't write, but it's been just fun to watch since I've been stitching, this group of friends expanding, and I'm just so thankful for it. So welcome back. I hope today you'll find something inspiring in this video. I'm up early recording because, like I said last time, in this house with 5 kids and a dog, quiet is at a premium. I didn't get a ton of stitching done this week. I didn't get any quilting done this week, quilting for myself. I was busy making some bags and other items to sell, but we also had the blessing of going on a short vacation this past weekend. Like I said, we live kind of in between Houston and Galveston, and so we're just so blessed. It's not a perfect beach. It doesn't rival some other places here in the United States for clear water or white sand, but it's a beach, and we live relatively close to it, and we're thankful for it. So we got to stay in a lovely beach house on the Bolivar Peninsula, Crystal Beach. We had 4 full days of beach time and spending time together as a family. We ate a lot of good food and played games, and again just spent a lot of time at the beach enjoying the water. It was great. We just enjoyed it so much. So I'll try and add in a few pictures at the end of the video, just of our view, our experience. It was so much fun, and we're so thankful that we got to do that. I also want to just thank a few people. As I was catching up on my FlossTube watching, because I didn't watch any over the weekend, I got a few shout outs. I got a few mentions in other FlossTubes, and one I kind of expected. Thank you, Laura from Brenda and the Cereal Starter, for showing the bag that you bought from me, and also just for mentioning my FlossTube. I knew about that one, but then I was so excited and surprised that sweet Cynthia Brew mentioned me. So I'm just sitting there watching her FlossTube, and it's like, oh wow, she mentioned me. How exciting. And the things you said were so sweet. And then last night also, Lisa Kindred Stitcher, thank you for mentioning that you watched my FlossTube, and y'all are some of my favorites to watch every week, every couple of weeks, and so again, thank you. I didn't really have any questions in the comments this week. A lot of people were saying, oh, I enjoy quilting too. There was one commenter, I didn't write down her name. I'm getting better. I'll figure all this out. But she had mentioned that she had a sewing machine and was kind of nervous to start quilting. And it was funny because she listed all these other amazing stitching and crafting abilities or things that she'd taken up. And so I encouraged her to take up quilting. If you can do these things that you've listed, which were amazing, then you can quilt. And in my opinion, if you can quilt in a line, or if you can sew in a line, you can make a quilt. So I was not a great seamstress when I started quilting years ago. So I did do a little poking around. I could make a tutorial, but there's so many really good tutorials out there already. And so I did find on FlossTube, not FlossTube, I did find on their blog, which I think it goes to YouTube, but on the Fat Quarter Shop blog, the Jolly Jabber, there is an excellent series of videos and lessons that's quilting for beginners, and I didn't know it was out there. It was done in, I think, 2018. I'd have to look and check, but basic blocks, even covers, here's the stuff you need to begin quilting. So I would just encourage you, I'll try and link that below to the beginning of that series, but Fat Quarter Shop always produces really high quality videos and teachings, and so even though I haven't watched all of them, I do recommend the things that they do. So if you're interested in starting quilting, that might be a good place to begin and learn how to make some basic blocks and put a quilt together. And anytime anybody has any questions, I don't pretend to be an expert, but I love it, and I'm always happy to talk about it and answer any questions. Before I get into showing you what I have been working on, I wanted to show you a little something that I bought on Amazon. It's been really fun to see the different stitchers who are using that, I guess it's a stitcher's calendar, to keep track of what they've been working on, when they start a project, when they finish a project, and I really like that. My hesitation in buying one was that I'm more than halfway through my year, and I hate to spend money on something that's only for the year, or as far as I understand it is, and then I can't fill it in and have much there. Anyway, some of it's I like to shop for a bargain on Amazon. But I bought this calendar on Amazon. It is a 5-year monthly spread calendar. Probably, I think it was about $10, in the $10 neighborhood on Amazon. And again, 5 years. And I was really pleased to get it. There's several different versions out there. This one was nice on the front. Like I said, I haven't been back to cross stitch for very long, and so the most recent finishes would have been at the end of 2018. So on this first note page at the beginning, I added in the things I finished in 2018 and the information that I'd written down on another sheet of paper about them. And then I kind of went back because I had recorded on paper some of my starts and finishes from the beginning of 2020. So I added those in. And then, I guess, my first real few weeks of filling in are down here in late July. And able to record some starts. I just have some colored pens that I like to use, and record some starts and what I'm working on. Really good place for me to write down the fabric, the floss that I used when I started, when I worked on it, when I finished. So that's July, and now I'm into August. And again, plenty of room to add stickers. I know Brenda and Laura have bought a sticker book and have been adding stickers. So again, I haven't done any of that yet, but a totally fun way to keep track of what I'm working on. And I know I could add in quilts as well here, but I haven't done any quilting. So anyway, I'm real happy with that. So I'll try and link below. Again, I'm new to this, new to links, all that good stuff. But I will try and link that below, the one that I bought on Amazon. So anyway, my first whip, which actually, I say I didn't do a lot of stitching in the last 2 weeks, but I actually did. It's just I was really focused on one project. I wanted to make a gift for someone that was beach themed, having to do with our vacation. And so I spent a lot of time working on a chart from Rovaris. I've already gifted the piece. It was called Walking on the Beach. I will insert a picture here if I can figure out how to do that. But it was called Walking on the Beach by Rovaris, and it cute little lighthouse, everything. It was just perfect for the gift I was looking for. So I stitched that on a deadline and got that done and fully finished, and was able to give that to my friend last week. So that took some time. It was a download off of Etsy from the Rovaris shop. Cute, cute, cute piece as it turned out. I really like how it turned out. I did not enjoy the chart itself. It was very hard for me to read it. I've heard several of you talk about, oh, this is a really well written chart, or this designer does a really good job. I understand now what can make a chart more difficult to read. So turned out adorable. Would I stitch one again? Maybe, if that was the thing I was looking for. But the chart was difficult to read. Same thing for quilting. Some patterns are just easier to read and work through. So I know all that comes with experience. But it turned out adorable, and I'm really glad I got to make that. I almost didn't get to show this one because I didn't have time to work on Consider the Lilies until yesterday, which is rare because since I started this project, when I got all the stuff after market or whatever, I've pretty much worked on it every morning. There have been very few days where I have not worked on Consider the Lilies. It's kind of been, I guess, my focus project, and I just enjoy working on it so much. And so all these 2 weeks, I don't think I worked on it very much. And finally, yesterday, I was able to spend a little bit of time, so I don't have a whole lot of progress to show. I'm still working up here in the upper left. So I think the last time I had showed all my progress, right? So, well, it's a big one. But I think last time I had done up to the angel. So this week I got this little flower done. This yellow flower. And then I was really excited to get to this just really cool urn with flowers in it. It's been something I've admired on the chart, on the cover, and was kind of like, oh, I can't wait to get to that. So I didn't finish it last night, but I did get to it. So neat. Love that flower. Again, I'm doing mine in the DMC that are listed in the chart at the back. And I'm loving the colors, the brightness, and that flower is just so much fun. So maybe if I have a little time today, I'll finish up that pot, and then I think there's a moth and some other fun stuff I'm excited to get to. So that's my progress on Consider the Lilies. And again, DMC, and this is 36 count flax linen from Zweigart. Just super joy, a joy to work on, and I'm really happy with all my choices. So that's considered the lilies. I did get to do some stitching at the beach house. It wasn't something I could take to the beach, so I either read or played at the beach. But sometimes while we were, relaxing at the beach house, I was able to do a little bit of stitching. So this is another gift I'm making, and stitching and sewing on a deadline are not my favorite, but I'm excited to do this. I won't mention who it's for in case she's watching. I don't think she is. But I started this about a week ago. This is Ice Cream Sundae by Country Cottage Needleworks, and well, it's perfect for the person I'm making it for. And so I started that, and I'm using the called for DMC, and I am working on some Lugana. I still think I prefer linen to Lugana, but I had picked up this scrap of 32 count mushroom Lugana, and I really, the color's perfect. I like how the white stands out. So this is as far as I've gotten. The word ice cream and the banana split. I was kind of laughing, I was probably tired, but I was laughing as I was stitching the dish, not paying attention, and the next called for color was for yellow, and I'm like, man, why are they making a yellow bowl? It was for the banana in the banana split. Anyway, so I need to get this done by mid-August-ish and frame it so I can gift it. And I think this is Texas, so if you don't know about Bluebell ice cream, I'm really sorry. Their slogan used to be the best tasting ice cream in the country, and it really is. So we are Bluebell people, and so I'm going to change a few words here at the bottom. Well, can you see that? I might probably take out Mint Chip and Rocky Road, maybe Fudge Ripple, and put in a few flavors that are this person's Bluebell favorites. Pecan pralines and cream, and mocha almond fudge, both really good. So anyway, that's something I've been working on. Need to put some good work in on that so I can get it done, but I think it's mostly letters after I finish that. After I finish the banana split part, it's mostly words and the rest of the border, so that shouldn't take too long. So now I thought, well, I'll go through my other whips and show you what I have going, and share that with you. My whip pile is growing exponentially, and they're multiplying like little bunnies, but it's so much fun, so much joy. Anyway, a problem that goes along with acquiring a lot of whips is you have to have bags to put them in. So again, I'm really thankful for all that fabric stash right there, and for knowing how to sew so I can make project bags when I need. So my first one to show you is I bought this right after market this spring, the AH-to-EE by Kathy Barrick. Just beautiful. I love Quaker samplers. This one just really caught my attention. So this one is done in a black, or maybe a black green, I forget. I considered doing it in red so that I could be in compliance, but I really love blue. Oh, I love blue. Can you see all that blue? And so I had some help from a seller on Etsy to pick a beautiful blue to do this monochromatic piece in this Quaker. And I decided to stitch this on a piece of vintage country mocha. And there's the progress I've made so far. It's a little harder to see the variegation, but you can see some of it. I'm not a big 2/2 stitching fan. That's what I started with when I started stitching again. But then Christy from Crosshatch Quilts encouraged me to try stitching 1/2 on 36, and I fell in love. So I was gonna do this 1/2, and I played with it a little bit. So even though it's 36 count, I'm doing it 2/2 because you really needed to be able to do the 2 strands of floss to see the variegation and to really have that nice coverage on this particular piece. So anyway, I'm using a Classic Colorworks Wavy Navy, so pretty, and I'm just loving this. I figured out at some point when I was working a couple weeks ago that I think I goofed on the spacing on the E, so then my tree was off, but I wasn't going to rip it all out. So I just decided that if I work, these are correct, the star block here and then the P. So I thought, okay, well, I just can't base anything off of the tree and the E. I'm gonna base it all off of P and then that oval right here. So on we go. But I love this one. It's so beautiful. I can't wait to have it done and framed, and I think this one will go in my den because it kind of matches a rug that we bought when we redid the downstairs. Then I had to make another bag because I was having to double up projects in bags and just can't do that. Another purchase I made was this really pretty Jardin Privé. I don't know if that's how you say it because I don't speak French. I studied Spanish. So this is called Sampler au Bouquet. I'm sure that's not how you say it. And this is number 3. I love the colors in this piece, and it's actually one of 3 charts, which I bought all 3 of them because, I'll show you the picture in the back here, I love all 3 of those together. So I am stitching it on a long piece. I started with the number 3 on the right here, and I'm working this way. And the colors are beautiful, the motifs are lovely. I haven't done a ton of work on it, but I just love it. So again, Jardin Privé's Sampler au Bouquet. Love the alphabet, love those colors. And so yes, love that. I am doing this, I have it all kind of rolled up here, on a piece that I trimmed up of Winter Moon by Zweigart. Just a real pretty cream color, real pretty, very plain, but it looked like what the picture looked like without being white. So stitching this 1/2, and I have it upside down. There we go, that's better. There's a basket, and that's a letter L. So anyway, I'm really loving this. Again, Winter Moon, and this is in the called for DMCs. Aren't those lovely? Pretty. Really pretty colors. So Winter Moon and the DMCs, lovely. Next, this is in a project bag that my quilting best friend made me years ago. We went to a quilting retreat, and she made us each one so that we could take our supplies with us. So this next project I haven't worked on in a month maybe. This is the Summer Schoolhouse series from Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. This is lesson 1. This is the only one I've bought, and I think this might be the only one I do. I just really wanted to do one of them. I love that yellow mustard colored house, kind of hard to see. And the little strawberry and the bluebird. I love birds. And so this is actually stitched or called for 28 count Lugana over 1. So I tried that and I could do it, but I wasn't enjoying it. And I don't want to, I'm not stitching to win a prize or make a point. Stitching to enjoy it. So I said, nope, not doing that. So I was talking to a friend, well, what else could I do? She said, well, why don't you, it'll be a little bit larger, but why don't you try over 2 on 40 count? So I tried that. Didn't like that either. Again, I wasn't enjoying it. So I just had to say, fine, I will do it on 36 count over 1, which is my favorite. It won't be the size it's supposed to be, but oh well. It will be cute. It will be a pillow, and I will love it. So here are the threads. I'm doing this in the DMC, in what I made the DMC conversion, and that's really not always easy to do. I think with some of Brenda's, maybe because they're not always listed. But this is what I arrived at. I think I had to play with the greens on the fabric that I chose. And so I think this is a vintage homespun, 36 count vintage homespun. And the colors are really pretty on here. And here's what I have done. So I did that border, or part of that border, probably 3 times, and then there's a little bit of the yellow house. But I really love how it's how it looks. I think it'll be a really sweet little piece. So make that into a pillow and tuck it in somewhere. So that is the Summer Schoolhouse series. Last, in my whip basket that I haven't shown you, and I had to make another bag. So I guess I have been sewing, I just haven't been quilting. This I have not started, but it's all ready to go, and I thought I would get a start on it, but I just didn't. Forgive my pattern cover. I will try and insert a picture of this in color, but it's called Southern Land by Al Forrest Embroidery, and I saw this on Lori Mischievous Stitches was working on this, and it is blues and reds, and I just thought that is gorgeous. I really want to work on that. Al Forrest Embroidery, Southern Land, gorgeous. Go see Lori's. She's done some work on it. She's doing hers with the DMC that it's called for, I believe. It's in Russian. It's so cool. I took a semester, maybe a year of Russian in high school. I don't remember any of it. But Christy at Crosshatch Quilts and I both bought the pattern, and I chose 36 count, just platinum, Edinburgh linen from Zweigart, platinum, and she helped, because she's so much better at this. She has a bigger stash of overdyes than I do, and so she was able to go to her stash and pull some overdyes, because we just thought this project would look beautiful with the overdyes, kind of like that AHTEE, that Quaker. There's a lot of solid stitching in one color, and I love the variegation. So this is one that she and I chose. Well, she chose, and I said, yes, that looks great. These beautiful colors to stitch this in. So hopefully she and I can begin this soon. I'm looking forward to it. I guess that's the Gentle Arts Buckeye Scarlet, the Gentle Arts Copper, Weeks Fathom and Classic Colorworks Chesapeake Bay. So really beautiful, just 4 colors. It's going to be lovely. I've kind of been making these for myself as well. I'm always making something. But I always, you know, I'll have scissors next to me, but I don't always want a whole big needle book in my bag. And so I kind of started making these little, I don't know, they look like luggage tags, but we're going to call them needle tags. How about that? It's just a little tag with some felt on a string. I use some of my selvages for the little ribbon, and it's just a place I can stick my needle without having the whole needle book. I love needle books, and just attach it to my floss, and it's there when I'm ready to get going. Because you gotta have a needle in every project. Again, I have no quilting to show this week, but I think next I'll show you my haul. There's always haul. And kind of my plans. I think I'm ready for fall stitching, so I will show you that next. So I mentioned that I'm kind of ready for some fall stitching. I'm not really sure why, because it's hot here and humid and melty. But if I waited to stitch fall until it got cool here in this part of Texas, it would be December or January. So I gotta start now when it's hot. Anyway, so some of my recent purchases are here in this stack of fall charts that I want to work on. I'm sure I won't get all these done for this fall, but you gotta have plans. So first one is actually the chart, the Lizzie Kate chart that Christy sent me. The one that I said I saw on her wall last fall and said, I want to stitch that. I am going to cross stitch and I'm going to do that one. She found it and she sent it to me because I couldn't find it anywhere. So definitely want to choose that. Look at that cute little ghost. He's so fat and cute. So Happy Hunting by Lizzie Kate. That's on my list to do. These others are ones that I have purchased. I bought this one really early on. I think Kim at Barbara's daughter showed this in her last video as well. Patchwork pumpkin from Blackbird Designs. Love this one. Really want to do that. I love the colors. I think she had said she was going to do hers maybe on some of that winter moon, and I know I have plenty of that, so definitely on my list to stitch. Another one I purchased, I did, and I'll show it to you here in a bit, I did Henpeck by Plum Street Samplers, and I enjoyed it so much, and so I bought Gobble Gob, so cute, with the turkeys standing on top of each other. Love the corn and the flowers, and again, this should be a quick stitch. Add that to my fall collection. Let's see. This one I'm really excited about, and I want to get started on this maybe sooner. Midnight Watch by Blackbird Designs. I know I've seen several people start, finish, work on this. So pretty. Love the colors. I love how it's kind of Halloween, but not overly Halloween. I don't have a whole lot of Halloween decorations, but I do have a lot of fall decorations, so I feel like some of these are things that I could keep up all of October and November and enjoy them. So that I definitely want to start. Another that I don't remember where I saw this, maybe just on Instagram, but the Prairie Schooler Autumn Leaves. I do want to make this big one here. I have not done a Prairie Schooler, and so I'm really looking forward to that. I love the little ones too, so cute. I love the verse on that. Come, said the wind to the leaves, one day. Come o'er the meadows and we will play. Put on your coats of scarlet and gold, for autumn is here and days grow cold. So that's not really how it is here on the Gulf Coast of Texas, but you can hope and pretend. My most recent group of purchases included this chart by Threadwork Primitives, Beggar's Night. Oh boy, I love it. Just a couple colors there. I love the white pumpkin. I love the crow, the orange. So that should be really fun to start. I'm looking forward to that. So those are all my, I think those are all my fall charts. Maybe not. But those are the ones that I want to do. We'll see how much I get done. The other things I purchased this week, or in the last 2 weeks, again, I'm sorry, I don't have a color printer. I'd rather buy charts and fabric and stuff. Anyway, is one of the Hands Across the Sea little gems. I bought Mary Stead, 1824. Mostly I fell in love with the little verse on it and just how sweet it is. I love the alphabet. I'll try and put a color picture in here as well. But it says, "O love the Lord, and he will be a tender father unto thee." Sorry, I had to take a sneeze break. Again, Mary Stead by Hands Across the Sea Sampler is one of their little gems that you can download. And I don't know when I'll start it, but I really wanted to have that one. This chart that I bought this week, I ordered that one by Threadwork Primitives, the Beggar's Night, and then 2 Blackbird charts. I think this has been on my list since it came out. I believe it was this year, was it? Yes, 2020. So this is one of their releases, Blackbird Designs releases for this year. My Heart Can Rest. I love the title of the piece, and I have put it in my cart, taken it out of my cart, put it in my cart, taken it out of my cart. I finally just decided to get it. It's just so beautiful. Can't wait to start this, and so glad that I finally just bought it. And then my other Blackbird purchase is definitely one that I'm stitching this year. I was watching Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch, and she had this one on there. It's like, I just bought that. This is Blackbird Designs Merry Christmas. Look at those colors. If you watch my last video and you watch this video, you might kind of figure out the kinds of colors I love. So I did order all of the Gentle Arts. I think they were all Gentle Arts. Yeah, all Gentle Arts threads that are called for. This isn't all of them because I have I think 2 or 3 of them down in another project. Look at the blue and the purple. Aren't they beautiful? Gorgeous. So that is Merry Christmas by Blackbird Designs. I have not picked out a fabric for it yet, but I definitely want to do that one for this year. So beautiful. I believe that's all I have for you today. My plans, I have some masks to make. My oldest son actually gets to go back to school, to college. He goes to Benedictine College in Atchison, Kansas, and so he gets to go back, but I need to make some more masks for him. Stitching on the gift, the ice cream sundae, some other stitching. I have school to prepare for our upcoming homeschool year, so I've been working on that, and lots of stitching, reading, and staying out of the heat. That's what I'm up to around here. So I thank you so much for watching and for subscribing. I am pretty close to 1,000 subscribers. Don't ask me how, other than all you kind people out there mentioning me. But for sure, if I get to 1,000 subscribers before my next video, then I will have a giveaway in my next video, which should be in about 2 weeks. But just thank you so much for watching. I just enjoy this time. It's like when I film, I feel like I'm chatting with a friend. When I watch, I feel that way too. So such a blessing. Thank you for watching, and I just pray that you have a blessed and safe and healthy couple of weeks ahead. Take care.